Now that I'm a mother-in-law, don't call me mother-in-law, here I'm the head of the household. That's why I brought this up here. Wow. What are you doing, Mom? This is different from the last announcement. Last time there was Lee Jun-seok, and then next to him there was another person, right? The list of rights, there was a list of rights, and those people were there. Where were they born? How many children are in the family? How much property do they have? And what kind of trial are they currently undergoing? And what achievements have they made after that? This is all by date. I wrote it down, so they're all gathered on both sides, so it looks like they're packed in. Mom, I tried that after the president, but it's not guaranteed, you know. You have to get verified to the people. But, you know, when I see this, I get all emotional, not just once, but now I'm filming this. Yes, I'm filming it right now. Hey, that too. Didn't you just film it from there without looking? Whenever I hear Mom or camera, I just do it from there. Yeah, Mom, when I see that, I feel like I have to hurry up and film it. I watched the Daejeon debate. I also watched this, you know. Now, just like I said, something like this that only came here before ended up staying at our house again, so I brought it with me. Until now, I just lived as a tenant, so I didn't really care. But this time, since I became the landlord, that's why I brought this with me. Wow, it's amazing. It has everything. Where and when you were born, what you did, what activities you did, how much property you have, what kind of house you have. It's all written down. But I don't know if that's true, but I guess it must be. Well, claiming something is a lie is a serious accusation. I was shocked by the details recorded about the wind. Oh, it's really like this. But over there, we didn't know about that. We survived. At least until Wednesday. Where they were born, what a few lines mean. Where that person lives, who that person is, we may never know. You see, everything is bright because of the sunlight, and even the branches are all bright. That's how it is. Because my mom is a citizen of Korea, she has the right to know as a citizen. If I'm voting for someone, my mom needs to know who that person is. This time, Lee Jae-myung was number 1, number 2, Kim Moon-seok was number 3 and number 4, but number 3 was missing again. Lee Jun-seok said it had to be done this way. So when I saw this, I thought, Mom, I want to watch this debate. But actually, I wasn't really interested. Before that, when people talked about conservatives and progressives, I didn't really know what conservatives were or what progressives were. I didn't know what we were, whether we were conservative or progressive. In Paju, there are only ruling parties and their members. No opposition parties exist. There are no opposition party members, only ruling party members. Last time, a local person, when visiting the opposition party's office, they asked, "Why is there an opposition party here?" I replied, "It's not that kind of opposition party." That's right. One time we went to the war memorial, and when we got there, someone said they were protesting. In the video from there, they were protesting, but I couldn't tell what that noise was or what they were doing, so I asked. And then those people came over and said they were protesting. But what's a protest really? I didn't know, and neither did my dad. At that time, right, it wasn't just me. I didn't know what a protest was, or what my dad was. But now, after a few years, I know what a protest is, what my dad is, what the ruling party is, and what the opposition party is. When we were in North Korea, I was largely unaware of what was going on due to our limited knowledge. A happy family, well, just barely getting by, and barely making ends meet. I was taught to be frugal because there are many mouths to feed. That's the kind of education I received. So back then, I also thought, oh, I see, that's right, what they say is true. We are one. We only focus on one voice, just one person, so it becomes very one-sided. But now that I think about it, I realize there are so many things I feel, and as comparisons are made, what I think, the fact that we can each have our own voice, that this is the kind of world we live in, that's democracy, and now I can really feel it. I lived without knowing anything. We are Daejeon. I saw the debate, I watched the Daejeon debate, how was it? The people are judging the 4 presidential candidates in front of them. Yeah, me too. You have the right to judge, and your parents are also voters, so that's why you have that right. So I realized that those people really have to study hard. So society can't help but change. The president also has to be prepared like that. In places like North Korea, it's Kim Il-gwa and a few families. From grandfather to father to son, they all inherit power, monopolize wealth, and the people are all made into slaves while they live well and hold all the power. But here, it's not like that. Seeing that, I realized how comfortable and carefree my life has been, and I really feel so grateful for those times. For the Great Line debate, we divided into 3 sessions. One is the economy by sector, and then next, politics by sector, and then social sector, and now the political sector. That's right. And it's amazing just to be able to have these discussions, isn't it? It's really amazing. And the people can't help but wake up and see it, and then they have to decide for themselves what's right. That's exactly how it is. So it's up to the people to make that decision. So that's why politics becomes more advanced, people become more discerning, and they have the right to make their own economic decisions like this. That's where the real power comes from. So hey, let me say it one more time. I saw it once. When I saw Park Geun-hye, she came. Park Geun-hye. When she came and then changed to Moon Jae-in, and every time things changed like this, every election just passed by in a blur. I didn't know anything and it just went by. But really, looking back, so many things happened so quickly. But what really hurts my heart is that when I'm in China, I have this affection for Korea, so I watch television and keep up with things from afar, and my thoughts are different, my perspectives are different, and I see things differently. But what really hurts is that every president ends up in prison, and President Roh Moo-hyun couldn't help but take his own life, and at that time, my heart hurts so much. Why do presidents always have such tragic endings? That really breaks my heart. Even my church friends, when we talk about Korea, they end up saying that all the presidents end up in prison, and they say it with a sigh, and that just makes me feel so disappointed. But then, on the other hand, when I think about it, if the president did something wrong, if they really committed a crime,
if they really did something bad, then no matter what,
they should go to prison. That's just a fact, and the law is that strict. But when you look at places like North Korea, you can't really compare because it's a dictatorship. Even if you do something bad as you please, people around you will gang up on you and beat you, and you can watch North Korean movies as much as you want. That's just too much of a contrast. So I thought I should vote fairly, and I had a lot of thoughts like that. Now that I'm an adult, I feel like my mom's strength has faded a lot. I really feel like her strength has faded. That's why my mom says things like, the people are the owners of the country. As I get older, I become more aware of politics and start to understand what's right and wrong, things I didn't know before. It's more about how I should live rightly for my friends, for my family, and even though I don't have the precious assets my mom has, for my own life. That's why my eyes are wide open now. And through that, I felt like people were waking up to politics, and I started to feel that way too. If politics doesn't interest you, it won't work. You must care about politics. Our nation's politics have an immediate and direct impact on our daily lives and choices. Hey, if those presidents don't know about the economy,
it just won't work. So
they just throw out all these plans about how much to spend, where to spend it, and how they're going to run things, and I was really surprised. So that's how the Republic of Korea gets bigger. And of course, other countries' presidents must have those kinds of pledges too. But when I see even the citizens getting so divided like this, and even the internal teams splitting up like this, I think, wow, that's amazing. Even our Kang is taking sides like this. Seeing things like this. I was walking down the street and saw some elementary school kids, just kids like Kang, and they were saying things like, what about Moon Jae-in? What about Kim Moon-soo? Talking among themselves. No, so I was really surprised. Those little kids, they see that a lot on television news and their parents talk about it too.
So that's why.
Of course, the kids hear about it too, and it keeps coming up in the news. So naturally, that's what they talk about, right? Yes, it was interesting.
Now even politics.
Since you brought it up, even politics and everything else. Watch carefully, it's important. It will be fine if you write one vote very carefully. Okay, I'll watch very carefully, hon.
2 hours.
It's not working. Yeah, that's right, but some people say they can't see it.
I'm Jong-chi.
As soon as I opened my eyes, I started watching a lot of news or politics. That's just how I am. I have to watch it. Especially now, right before the presidential election.
So I'm paying even closer attention.
Even if I don't know about other things, I have to watch this, because my mom is watching it too. Today, we're not talking about who to vote for. We're just having a general discussion, sharing what I felt, and as my mom watches the debate, what she feels as a voter.
And in North Korea,
I never imagined I would get the chance to vote. In North Korea, where I lived for a long time, I never had the opportunity to vote. My mom told me to stamp the ballot, so I did, without knowing the type of election it was for.
it's forced. It's all forced.
That's right, over there it's forced, but here it's democracy. You came when Oh Min-han was president, right? You came at that time, and I was in China then. You came when the president was still in office. It changed several times.
Mom, you too, from now on.
You'll keep watching the process of the president changing. Today, by chance, Mom brought it up, so I got curious and asked, and the story came out so naturally like this. Misunderstanding is not good. Our believers also cast their votes wisely.
Thank you.